All right, this is a review of a new EDC flashlight just released by Nitecore. It is the MT1A Pro. I just received my copy a few days ago. It was a pre-release sale by Nitecore. They emailed me, and what was going to be a $40 flashlight was on sale for $30 for a short time. I couldn't resist that, so I ordered one. Delivered, it was about $36, $37 with tax and shipping. But before I go into too much detail about this one, I want to mention a couple of other Nitecore flashlights that really put this one in proper perspective. One is the MT2A Pro, and another is the MT1C Pro. And I find these numbers not very intuitive. I can't hardly remember one from the next. I have to look them up and pick them up and read the number to tell you what they are. But what makes these flashlights a little different, and why I'm grouping them together here, is they are all throwers, EDC throwers. Most EDC flashlights, pocket flashlights, have tended to be floodlights. If they're not floodlights, they are on the floody side, and these are all throwers. So what first got me into an EDC thrower was this one. I believe this came out the first of all three of these, the MT2A Pro. It takes two AA batteries or a AA battery diameter, the length of two AA batteries, lithium-ion included battery. And it is got a nice tight focused beam with some spill, and it's three power settings: 50, 300, and 1,000 lumens. And it also has a memory mode. So if you turn it off at 50 lumens, it's going to come back on at 50 lumens, which is important to me. I kind of tend to like them to start at the low, and then I'll cycle them up if I need more light. Very good pocket clip. That's something important in an EDC flashlight. I want something that's secure, but on the other hand, not too stiff and difficult to put in the pocket. This one I can actually slip into the pocket one hand without using the other hand at all, which is actually kind of nice. If there was one thing that maybe made this not the perfect EDC light, was it's just a little bit long. It comes very close, but it's over 5 inches, 5.62, I think. And, it just goes down there in the pocket a ways. Carries well, but it might clink against something down in your pocket, and depending on what you carry. And so thinking, well, something shorter but powerful, I bought the MT1C Pro. Now this one carries well. It's a little fat, but it's shorter. Amazing output for its size. This is really a long throw flashlight for something this size. Only two power settings, 50 and 1,000 lumens, and it is like a tactical light. It always starts at 1,000, and then it drops to 50 if you cycle it fast. Can't change that, not a memory mode. And that I really don't like. I like to be able to start it low. And, you can, with practice, you can click it once fast a second time, and now you're in low. But it starts out in high, and then you got to press it again to go on low. And there may be situations where you're inside, and that first blast, you just don't want to first blast 1,000 lumens right in your face there. And the other thing about this one was this pocket clip is very, very stiff. So it, it's not going to fall out of your pocket. I wasn't concerned about that, but I couldn't even push it in the pocket, just sliding that against the pants pocket. I actually had to, grab it with one finger and kind of get it started. And so it was a little difficult to put in the pocket. And then no memory, so always starting. So that was what detracted from this from being the perfect EDC flashlight. So that's where the MT1A Pro comes in, released just recently. And you are basically looking at the MT2A Pro, but a much shorter light. It uses a AA size lithium ion, or you can run on a AA at reduced power. And it, like its larger brother here, it has a memory mode. If you turn it off in low, it comes on in low. Instead of 5300 and 1000 lumens, this one is 5300 and 800 lumens. So this, and the pocket clip is also excellent. Very similar. Matter of fact, I don't know. It might actually be the same clip. I haven't taken one off and swapped them, but it looks like it actually is the same clip. And so I've already put this in my pocket, and I can slip this in one-handed. So this is going to be, for me and for many others, it might just be the perfect EDC pocket flashlight, or at least the perfect EDC pocket thrower flashlight. Okay, now all three of these have included lithium-ion batteries. All three of them, there is no USB-C port on the outside. You open the flashlight, and all three of them, it's got a USB-C port on the battery itself. So yeah, you do have to open the flashlight to take the battery out to charge it, but that makes a very nice design as far as waterproof. I think these are all going to be IP68 waterproof, actually, submersible down to 2 meters. And that's an advantage of, no external charging port. So, and all of them use, one of what Nitecore advertises is their proprietary LED technology. I don't know if they actually manufacture them themselves. It kind of sounds like they do, or at least they have an exclusive deal with a manufacturer and some proprietary technology. They use the UHI 20 for these two. Both use the UHI 20 LED. This one it says it uses the UHI 25 LED. So these two the same LED. This one is a little different. I think the weights here are, this one is the heaviest, 3.45 ounces. The MT1C Pro, 2.82 ounces. And the MT1A Pro, 1.83 ounces. All of those weights are with the battery. All right, now the MT2A Pro and the MT1A Pro, and the 1A came after the 2A. You would think the names would be reversed, but nevertheless, they're quoted a very similar throw. I think Nitecore says this one, 279 yard throw, and it says on the MT1A Pro, a 273 yard throw. So what, six more yards for this one? 800 lumens versus 1000 lumens. When I'm looking at the beams of these, they very, very similar. I have trouble telling them apart. I think probably the main difference on these two is going to be this one's going to have a longer battery life, because you basically got double the battery capacity with that long lithium-ion battery, where this is a single AA size. So, but Nitecore said on this MT1A Pro, you ask for this. This is what users were asking. I think I was probably not the only one that said, oh, this one, if you could just do a shorter version of this one with the same beam, then you've got maybe nearly the perfect EDC thrower flashlight. And that's what they came up with. So I'm probably not the only one that was thinking, along those lines. All right, so what I'm going to do with these three lights is I'm going to do indoor beam shot with all three, so you can look at that for comparison, and then I'm going to do a outdoor beam shot and give you more of an idea of what we're looking at with these lights. All right, what we have here is a dark hallway about 10 yards to the end of the hallway. And I'm doing the MT2A Pro first. That's the longer, skinny one. And there we are at 50 lumens. And there we are at 300 lumens. And there we are at 1,000 lumens. So you got the hot spot's just a little bit bigger than the end of the hallway, and you get a lot of spill. All right, this next one is the MT1A Pro. That's the skinny short one, the most recent one, the subject of this review, the main subject of this review. That is 50 lumens. That is 300 lumens, and that is 800 lumens. And I am, to me, this looks almost identical to the MT, I think it's 2A Pro. Very, very similar. All right, this is the short, fat one, the MT1C Pro. And we start out the full 1,000 lumens. And this has a tighter hotspot than either of the other two. You can see it's really bigger than the end of the hallway. And that is 50 lumens. And got a nice spill on it also. But this thing is a real thrower. You'll notice this a little more on the outdoor shot. Okay, here's the outdoor shot at night. We're going to do these in the same order. This first one is the MT2A Pro, which is the long, skinny one. And oh, there's a little thunder in the background there. And there is a view of the backyard. That's at 50 lumens. We are going up to 300 lumens. And we're reaching a little farther down there. And we are going up to full power, 1,000 lumens. And you're really reaching. Can't see the... Well, maybe you can see a little bit of the water down there. All right. All right, this next one is the MT1A Pro, the skinny, shorter one. And here we are at 50 lumens. And there we are at 300 lumens. And there we are at 1,000 lumens. I'm going to show you these two side by side. Can't hardly tell the difference. Okay, this is going to be the MT2A Pro on the left, the MT1A Pro on the right, so 1,000 lumens high on the left, and 800 lumens on the right. So you can notice a little difference there. The 1,000 lumens is a little bit more, but not a lot of difference between the MT2A and the MT1A Pro. Okay, this is going to be the MT1C Pro on the left, 1,000 lumens, the short fat one, and the MT1A Pro on the right, the short skinny one with 800 lumens. Very, very similar, both of these on their high beam. Very, very similar. You can tell the MT1C is a little bit brighter, a little bit stronger. Okay, a little bonus here. I'm going to show you the Olight Baton Turbo on the left on highest setting turbo, and the MT1A Pro on the right. That's the Baton Turbo, and that's the MT1A Pro. So that gives you an idea for those of you that are Olight fans. All right, there you have it. The Nitecore MT1A Pro, the Nitecore MT2A Pro, and the Nitecore MT1C Pro. I think I'm finally getting the nomenclature down, and as a little bonus, the Olight Baton Turbo. These two are very close, the MT1C and the Baton Turbo, both 1,000 lumens, both very similar in size and performance. But, you know, the little MT1A Pro, much lighter, much thinner, smaller, and you're getting a pretty good percentage of the performance of these other two, and between that, the excellent pocket clip, this is going to be my choice for EDC for the time being. So that's it. Thank you all, and until next time.